Wake that up.
LA's #1 hip-hop morning show is Nick Cannon Mornings on Power 106.
Oh, yeah, this is an honor, a privilege, and a pleasure. It's a proud moment for me right now. We always have close conversations with people that I admire, I look up to, but this is a very special one because this is a young lady I watched grow and just dominate the game and become the queen that she is today. And she got a new album out today, right now, Friday, going all the way up. It was good until it wasn't. The one and only Kehlani.
Hey, family.
Hey, what's going on? The quarantine check-in. First, I just got to say, everybody good? You good? Solid? Safe? All that?
Yes, we're good.
Y'all washing your hands?
Oh, yeah, we're good. We got baby hand sanitizer on deck. You know the vibes.
There it is. So not only are you one of the greatest artists that I know, but you're also one of the greatest moms. You show so much love and just a nurturing person. But the fact of how well you handle being an artist and being a mom, I wanted to commend that off top. I don't know if I got an opportunity to tell you that. Obviously, I watched the whole process. I mean, I almost shed a tear at the baby shower. I was like, yo, this is just my baby is having babies.
I know. I'm like, I'm trying to your kid at this point.
You make me feel old because I just watching you move in such grown folk ways and doing it with such poise. And one, like I definitely have to say I'm super proud of you, but then just the way that you just handle yourself like a true queen, like a real woman. Like, and it's interesting because there's so many artists in the game that kind of come and go, and you've established yourself. And I remember having these conversations early on because this was something that you always wanted to do. Like, you have your own sound, your own vibe, your own aura, your own fans. How does that feel to just know, like, you're going to be one of those trademark, like, standard artists that for the rest of your life, that's Kehlani music. That's like, to me, that's like those like Sade type vibes. Like, no matter what she does, when she wants to put out a record, how like her music will always be loved. Their fans will be her fans. I would say you got that same thing going.
Thank you. I mean, well, first, yeah, just huge thank you. Dropped a lot of compliments at the same time.
Yeah.
Second of all, I feel like, I mean, I want to give big thank you and just kudos to you because you played such a major part in not only like kind of helping me just become a young woman, but as an artist as well, but really just as a person and a human being. So like, just thank you because I wouldn't be the person I am right now.
Oh, don't give me that
you.
credit.
So the compliments is, they give
we just
yourself.
throwing them. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's an honor that people look at me in any type of light to be any type of staple in the future. Because to me, what I'm doing is just feels so natural, and it just feels like there's no formula to it, or like I'm not like doing it with that intention of becoming some type of staple situation. But the fact that people say that to me, I'm just honored. I'm just happy to be here. So. And
then to be honest, you've always been this since a little girl. Is like you're very comfortable being yourself. You were like, I would even say you like now. I can't believe like I'm tatted out the game. Like I remember like
you have no tattoos.
I had no tattoos, and this little girl inspired me. I was like, yo, if she can be that comfortable being herself, and I was always like, I wanted to get tats and stuff. I was like, yo, she could do it, I could do it. And I have a Kehlani tattoo on my arm. See, I can't even roll my sleeves all the way up so people can see it. But I got my Tsunami tattoo all the way up on my arm just to show like, yo, one of the people that are truly inspiring, because regardless of what's going on in your life, you are unapologetically you. You have no problem, and you hear that in your music, the way you move. You just like, look, I'm Kehlani, and this is what it is. Now, where I can't take credit for that. Where did that come from? You just like, look, I'm just me, and I don't care if y'all like it or y'all love it. This is who I am.
I think it comes from, I don't know, my aunt was the best. My aunt would always just, remind me like, you need to just go do your thing. Like, I think just already being born into a very different situation.
Right.
I was always just taught that my situation was different, therefore I would be different, and my family structure was different. So I just carried that energy with any situation. I've been kind of dealing with it not being the normal since the jump.
Yeah.
So
normal is boring anyway.
Yeah, it's not fun. And then, a lot of things that come out of normal situations, you turn around years later, those end up being the most ridiculous. So
yeah, very true.
So I think I just carried that with everything I do. And, just the easiest thing you can do, you can only be yourself. So.
And we hear that all throughout this project. first of all, the project is fire. I gotta ask though, like the title, it was good until it wasn't. Talk to me about that. What is that?
Well, actually, I was having a conversation with somebody that I admire a lot in the music industry, and I was just talking about life, and I was like, they're like, "What's up?" and talk about this, and I was like, "Yeah, it was, it was good until it wasn't," and he was
Yeah.
like, "Yo, that is the title,"
Oh
and I was
wow.
like, "Oh," and he was like, "Yeah, if I didn't rock with you, I'd steal it myself," and I was like, "No, I'm gonna keep it." And I don't think he actually knew I kept it because he sent me a screenshot of my album title afterwards, like, "Yo, you kept it. This is tight." I'm like, it makes the most sense, like, especially because what I'm telling the story of in the album is what I was talking about at the time, just like venting. So,
Yeah, because I
right.
feel like there is a story that's being told on the album. I mean, your albums are so introspective at times, but this one specifically, is this like more of like, womanhood and dealing with relationships and I don't know. I feel like I'm getting a deeper side of Kehlani in the love world, from like I'm hearing like before it's like, yo, let's have fun type of stuff, but now it's like, yo, you kind of going even deeper than that this time around with even the joints like, the joint about not wanting to go to the club no more.
Yeah.
like I feel like those are kind of the bops, the open, like just for me where it's like, yo, she's going all the way in. It was that purposeful, and is that kind of the vibe where like I'm on my grown woman ish?
I feel like that's really just where I'm at with it. I feel like I got a lot more grown. I got a lot more mature. I feel like my relationships got a lot more serious. You have a kid and you have to look at relationships differently. You have to now, think about the fact that every person that I interact with could potentially be introduced to my daughter and be around my daughter. So automatically relationships became that much deeper. Um, so yeah, I think that's just how I'm maneuvering, and then how my music is always just a direct reflection of wherever I'm at with it. So
Yeah. So how do you differentiate with that? Like, how do you say like, all right, I'm gonna really sing about my real life and put this out there, opposed to like, no, I want to keep that private, or even because people are always assuming this song must be about this person or this is about this. Right? Like, do you play the game where it's like, all right, I'm gonna just put it all out, or do you like, nah, I'm gonna just this is how I feel, but I don't need to name drop or even talk specifically about situations with still getting my point across?
yeah, I mean, I still write music like I'm gonna send it to the person right after I make it and say I couldn't say it to your face, so this is how I said it. Like
Wow.
I still I still write music like that. Like I'm just talking to the person. Like so they know I'm talking about them. There's been a couple name drops, there's been a couple obvious references, but
Right.
like other than that, it's not with any intention. Like I just want people to be able to read through this and see the story. It's like if you keep up with me enough to know what I'm doing and like kind of whoever the person I'm with and what kind of person they are, then you'll be able to put the puzzle pieces together. But it's really just how I write. Like it's always been how I write. I feel like even if you go back to like the old tapes, you could follow my entire love life through all my music.
Facts. And that's the thing. I feel like you're one of those artists who speak through their music and don't necessarily do a bunch of interviews. Is that on purpose? And why is that?
Well, it's been a couple years. I mean, right? It's
Yeah.
been like some years since I've like done like a press situation where I did a bunch of interviews. I was terrified. Like
Right.
I knew I had went through something that a lot of people just wanted to talk about, this one situation I had been through that was very public, and a lot was going to fall back on that no matter how hard I was working, no matter how proud I was of the music I was putting out, no matter how impactful the music I was putting out was. It's like it kept getting drawn back to my relationships or a previous situation or some drama somebody ties in, or just anything that was swarming around me that was external to my music. So I said, you know what, for a while I'm just gonna just do music,
Right.
and I'm just let people talk about the music. And then, if things pop up on the side, like if that'll happen, that's bound to happen. It just is what it is when you're on your way up. But I'm not gonna go out and talk about it because that's just gonna make it bigger.
Right. And the one thing I think you don't get a lot of shine for is your care for your community and giving back and your philanthropic efforts and just even just your giving heart of like the circle that you keep around you is so tight and on a vibe, and then like knowing like the things that you'll literally go out and start planting trees or, or something like that. It's just in the nature, just based off of like really caring about the earth and having that dichotomy of being somebody who is an artist who knows how to play the game and be an artist, but then at the same time someone who really cares for humanity and cares for others. Do you find that to be a difficult balance when dealing in the midst of all of this drama?
No, I feel like you gotta help where you can and where it makes a real difference. And again, to bring it back to you, but that's something that I really learned from you because of what you did for me. And now I don't question it when I have those thoughts about things I want to do for people in private.
Right.
There's certain things you can do in public, but those always become like a topic of discussion. And I don't like to always let the things that I do for other people. I prefer
you ain't
to
go on a press run to talk about your charity. It ain't charity if you gotta talk about it.
Right. There's so many people who can say crazy things I've done for them or like help them out in a way. Just like there was a girl I connected with recently who makes music who you did the same thing for her that you did for me, and I had no idea.
Oh, you talk.
I had no idea.
Chica, yeah, Chica's so dope.
We've already been friends, and we had no idea until I seen her comment back to somebody as to why she thanked you in an interview, and I was like, wait a minute. And then we had the parallel situations. And I was like, people have no idea how incredible this man is. Like, he saved our lives. So I take a lot of that into when I want to do things for people, and just like you can do things privately. And one day when they thank you, that's when it means the most. So.
Yeah. Now I remember that was a special moment for me because we always talked about, you're like, how can I thank you? I was like, I don't need to thank you. I was like, and if you want to, one moment when you on one of them stages, getting awards, just say thanks. And then I got an opportunity to present an award to you, and you did say thank you, and we hugged. That was one of them moments. Absolutely. So let's talk again. The album is out right now. You taking over my whole show. We playing joints. What's your favorite joint off of your new album?
My favorite song is "Grieving" featuring James Blake.
Oh, that joint is fire.
Oh, it just takes you to a whole nother universe.
Yeah. Now, how did that collaboration come together?
Well, I was talking to my publisher. And I was just kicking it, and she was like, other people that work with us is so-and-so and so-and-so and James Blake. And I was like, jokingly like, oh man, I have the perfect song for James Blake. But in my head, I was like, there's no way in hell James Blake would collaborate with me because he probably has no idea I exist. Like,
right.
And turns out he had every idea I existed. Turns out one of the songs I had just dropped on SoundCloud was like his favorite song currently. He started singing it to me. I was like, this makes no sense. Like, how I am. So I was like, what in the world? Like, what does this mean? I left him 2 songs as the one that I really wanted, and then an option. And then he sent it back so quickly and was just obsessed with it. And now he's like, he checks in on me as a friend, and like we talk together about like the world and like the quarantine, the music industry, and I just can't believe it because I hold him to such a high like
regard, absolutely,
regard in life.
So nah, that's fire. And then the album, like as I was going through it, even it's so dope. Like even just the little skit with Meg Thee Stallion. Like what made you put that on the album?
Well, that skit originally "Belong to the Street" skit was a part of "Everybody Business," the song.
Oh, okay.
And originally, the Real Hot Girl skit was a part of the song "Water," but I didn't want people to have to like not listen to their favorite song because they didn't want the skit in front of it. People be in the shower and they don't want to have to go out and like fast forward it. They just want to be able to seamlessly like skip it and make playlists out of it. So that was in front of Water, and I feel like Water, is about what she talked about on Real Hot Girl skit, and who better to give me a very flexy, raunchy, like fun, like epic little talking skit than Megan. So I just hit her up and was like, yo, you could send me a voice note talking about your pussy real quick because I just need you to flex it one time. And then she did it real quick and sent it right back, and it was like perfect.
Yeah, that sounded like something she wrote. She was spitting isms right there. I was like, okay. She was talking that talk.
But okay, it was written.
And there you have it. Just the one and only Kehlani. It was good until it wasn't. On all platforms right now. Now, as people know that we definitely have a personal relationship, but that doesn't make you exempt from the firing squad. I got to put you in the hot seat. We got rapid fire questions. These are easy, though. They're philosophical, psychological, intellectual questions, and you are an intellectual being, so I know you're going to handle these and give us some unique answers. We started off this way all the way. Nico Machiavelli, an Italian philosopher, has his quandaries about love and hate. He says, if you can't be loved, then you might as well, not love and fear, my bad. If you can't be loved, then you might as well be feared. And then a lot of, psychologists say that there's only two emotions. Everything stems from love and hate. So at the end of the day, Kehlani, rather be loved or feared? Loved or feared? Which is your one?
I'd rather be loved. I mean, I think that fear doesn't ever equate to proper respect. It doesn't ever equate to genuine emotion of anything. It always stems from this place of like being scared of you, which you can never gauge the reaction you're going to get to being feared. Like, it could end up costing you your own life.
That is very true. Well said. Now, speaking of fears, Kehlani's greatest fear.
Sharks. Okay, that's like my surface level deepest fear, but truly my deepest fear in the whole entire planet is like the person that I am with passing away. I think I watched it drive my mother insane, and it just like, I wouldn't forever understand how that works. And I just think there's a different kind of pain when like you find your person and your soulmate and then
they're taken away way too soon.
Yeah, I can't comprehend it. So
yeah, there it is. Lighten it up real quick. Your favorite movie?
My favorite movie? Oh, I really like The Fifth Element.
Ooh, that's a different one. The one where Chris Tucker and Bruce Willis and all. Yeah, that joint was fire.
It's one of them ones. It's that or like Inglourious Bastards.
That joint is fire too. Those are two extremes, but I'm rocking with you on that. Best piece of advice Kehlani has ever received?
Do nice things for no reason.
There it is. Worst piece of advice Kehlani has ever received?
Bitch, get on Instagram Live and clap back.
Facts. Favorite tattoo?
I have a portrait of my dad on my leg, so it's either that one or the one I got for my daughter. It's like her hand holding the universe, so it says like, the universe is yours.
That's fire. And at this point, like, I mean, you blasted all over. What's the next tattoo you thinking about getting?
I do gotta get an incredible tat now that you reminded me that you have.
I ain't gonna hold you to it, but we did make a pact.
We did make a pact, and I never got it. So I'm gonna hold you. I'm holding you accountable. I need to get that, and I think I'm gonna start my back because my back is completely empty.
Really? See, I was thinking about that too, because like my front is like I got my arms and everything, neck, my total back, but I don't have anything. I was like, I gotta figure out what's worth putting on the front.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. We gonna figure that one out. All right. Biggest guilty pleasure. Kehlani's biggest guilty pleasure.
Oh, bad reality shows. Like, man, I just love those terrible. I mean, I won't call them terrible because I learned a lot, but those bad like X on the Beach, like Married at First Sight, like Too Hot to Handle. All those shows I am literally obsessed with. Like, I've seen all of them.
That's crazy. All right, speaking of, you're on an island, stranded. What are the 3 things that you're taking?
Man, like some type of really great cooking pot or something, because I would need to eat.
You in the kitchen, going in crazy. You creating your own kitchen on this stranded island.
I need a weapon.
You could use the pot or
I need the thing. I need the thing on me because
you gotta have that fire.
Else is on the island.
But it's up to you. This is your island. This is your fantasy island. You can
like
see
a
it.
Happy island, not like I'm stranded and it's like it's messed up.
It's whatever you want.
I need a water purifier.
There it is.
I need the water purifier, the pot, and I'll trade in the thing for like
something to make music with.
Yeah, something like that.
Keep your artistry going.
Or like a camera.
Yeah, there it is. Savor the moments right there. All right, now we gotta talk about this. We always talk about fan out moments. Did Kehlani ever have a moment where like an outer body experience when you met, someone for the first time? You're like, oh my God, I can't believe I fanned out and fangirled over this person.
I did meet Bruno Mars in my last week of being in the studio, and I did have a funny
Well,
moment.
this was the first time you ever met Bruno Mars. Is just recently?
Yeah, after like his song was like the song that got me on the TV show, and all that. Like I
Yeah.
had so funny of like moment of like, wow, that was pretty trippy. Brandy, okay, Brandy.
Right.
I don't think I showed it because we were very much equally freaking out over each other, but I definitely freaked out more. But I was like, I kept literally saying out loud like, "You're Brandy, like this is Brandy."
Yeah, I remember telling her about you when you were young. I was like, "Yo, this is this girl who's like a huge fan of yours," and like, cause I know how much you appreciate her vocals and all of that stuff,
Yeah.
and she was like, then when she's like, I love Kehlani," so I knew like once y'all connected, that would be a big moment.
I lost it. I literally just kept saying to her like, "You're Brandy."
And
I was like, I don't know if you know, but I know.
I'm pretty sure she was probably like, "You're Kehlani."
She was like, "But you're Kehlani." No, shut up, you're Brandy.
That is an interesting conversation for sure. Kehlani's favorite cuss word.
Oh, bitch.
There-
By far.
all day, all day. All right, now I would say your top 5 artists that you're inspired by.
Oh, Brandy,
All right,
Indie Hot Reed,
that's a good one.
Stevie Wonder,
Okay.
Drake,
All right.
uh, and Napalm from Hiatus Coyote.
You always got somebody unique in there. Even and I was going back to the album for a minute. I'm always getting introduced to new vibes and different people through you. Like every one of your projects, you always put somebody. I'm like, yo, who is that? Like, and then they turn out to bubble. So like, is that just something like you just seek out different sounds and not your typical vibes?
Nah, I'm a fan. You know me, I'm a fan. Like a lot of my friends are like, honestly, if I could do that list and make it all my friends, it'd be my friends too. Destin Conrad, Ombre.
Yeah,
I have a lot of really incredible, just Lexi. I'm a huge fan
yeah,
of Lexi. Like there was just, I'm just a fan no matter how much of a buzz, or how big you got. Like some of the best people are yet to be discovered.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's someone
I
right
mean,
now
like
that
for the first time I ever heard super duper dope Kyle, all that stuff. Like I didn't know who Kyle was until like you put me up on it. I'm like, yo, this kid is dope. Like for like I could say that about so many different artists that you usually can you start the wave on a lot of people going. But I gotta ask you this. Knowing so, because I've been in this situation with you before, how does Kehlani choose who she's going to work with or who she's going to vibe with? Because everybody would love a Kehlani feature or a song with Kehlani, so you're very meticulous about who you get with. And again, they're usually eclectic choices. How do you make those decisions?
I think that sometimes they either were like really, really close friends, and I think what they're doing is super dope and it makes sense. I think really it's about timing because in reality, I'd love to collaborate with every single person I love and every single person that I'm a fan of. But then you run the risk of having like 72 million collabs out at the same time,
Right.
or you run the risk of it just not making sense. There's people I wanted to say yes to right now, but it was like, yo, we kind of got to hold off for a second because I have something coming out.
Yeah.
So it's about timing and it's about, what they're doing in a larger scale is their mission. Does their mission line up with mine? It's not just the song. It's kind of a lot of things. And then there's sometimes where it's just like, I actually don't know who you are, but I just know we'd make some crazy ass shit. So let's get it.
Nah, that's fire right there. And speaking of collabs, and I listening to the project, and I was like, yo, that the first song that definitely sound like Ty is on there. Like,
Yeah.
but then I was like, I didn't see a feature now, and I didn't know it was, obviously that's business and could be all of that stuff, but I didn't know if that was purposely done too, because also I know the change your life joint sparked some conversation and some excitement as well. And I was like, all right, well, everybody wants to see Janae and Kehlani together, but how do you decide what am I gonna promote? Who am I gonna like? What person I'm gonna say, yo, I gotta collab with this one? Or like, nah, we just
Yeah.
gonna fall back and like let the music be the vibe.
Well, Ty's kind of like my big brother, like in music. Like
Right.
Ty is probably a lot of people's bros in music. And we already had Nights Like This, which was my single for my mixtape when I was pregnant.
Right.
So I feel like we kind of already had that in the world. Me and him have a couple songs together that had the world hasn't heard. And I feel like we're destined to have many, many, many songs together throughout our careers just because we really fuck with each other in real life.
Right.
And I thought almost it was cooler to have him not credited, but because people know him and into him, like it was kind of like, it's like an honor to have Ty do backgrounds. It was like a blessing. It was like he blessed me with like his magical sauce that you can tell no matter who you are, like, damn, that's Ty Dolla $ign, which is like, it was cool for me. It was tight. Like, oh, I got blessed with like the mysterious Ty vocals. Like, I'm gonna just come bless you real quick, Kehlani. You know what I'm saying? And then with Janae, it's like, the song was just me until very recently, and then she was like super down for it. She knocked it out and then sent it back, and I was obsessed with it. And people have already been begging for me and Janae to collab, and we really like rock with each other as people. I'm trying not to cuss so much, but we really rock. Okay, we really fuck with each other as individuals.
Right.
It made sense, and it was perfect, and she bodied it. So.
Yeah, and there you have it. A classic project. Indeed, you should definitely be proud. I know I'm proud of you. And this is how we always end the firing squad. It's just with one question about one word. When it's all said and done, we've seen your journey. We know you're building a legacy. What's going to be that one word that describes Kehlani?
Free.
Yes. It's a strong one right there. Powerful. This has been an up close and personal conversation with the queen, the free Kehlani, right here on Nick Cannon Radio. Make sure you go cop that album on all platforms. It was good until it wasn't. Available now. It's out today. It's fire. If you ain't got it, you bugging.